Sad news over the week with the passing of Bill Walton, UCLA great and a basketball legend. And then one of the things I wanted to share, he had a big medical malpractice case when he played for the Portland Trailblazers. He according to him, he broke his foot. So he had a break in one of the bones in his foot. And the doctor back then, instead of treating it correctly, having him sit for a long time, doing a surgery, doing a physical therapy, he had him keep playing and just gave him painkillers to the point where his foot got worse and it never healed correctly. And then he ended up suing that doctor. Kind of a big case back in the 70s and early 80s. There was sadly, the bummer about this is they ended up settling for a big amount, but it was undisclosed, so we won't know. What do you think? He played for the NBA for about 5 or 6 years, but he could have probably played a lot longer, and it was because of this injury. And he played for the. Here's a trivia. He played for guess what team he played for after the Portland Trailblazers? Yeah, San Diego Clippers. Look at Mateo here with this basketball knowledge. Yeah, the San Diego Clippers. To this day, I am upset that the Clippers left San Diego. Wouldn't that have been awesome if we had an NBA team here in San Diego? Instead, they go to Los Angeles, which I swear they're like the fifth or sixth team in Los Angeles. You know, the Lakers are way above them, the Dodgers, the UCLA Bruins, the USC Trojans, all these teams are ahead of them. They should have stayed here. Anyhow, whatever, it is what it is. And in other news, this is a topic we've covered here in a podcast a couple times. The Alec Baldwin is going to go to trial. He filed a motion to dismiss his criminal case, which the judge denied. Now, I've said it here that I think he is guilty of manslaughter, Alec Baldwin, because in a movie that he co-produced, he ends up accidentally shooting and killing. It was an accident. It wasn't, on purpose. He shot and killed a videographer. He was using a live gun with a live ammunition as opposed to fake bullets. And I went over this in a couple of podcasts that he was a co-producer. He was in charge of hiring, firing. No pun intended on that. All right, hiring, firing, kind of like deciding what staff. They cut a lot of corners. There was a lot of warnings that what they were doing were wrong, and that there was all these safety concerns and safety violations. They just were careless about everything and kept the movie going. And then there was when they were rehearsing for his scene, he used a gun that he thought had blanks in it, but then ended up having real bullet. And then tragically shot and killed the videographer. Already, they had a lady that they had hired to do the armory, kind of like to check everything. She was already found guilty of manslaughter. And I think Alec Baldwin is next. I think that trial is going to be interesting in July. Now, one thing about that trial that's different than the Donald Trump trial is that they will actually allow cameras in Alec Baldwin's manslaughter case. All right. To this day, I can't believe that they did not allow that for Donald Trump's case. I think that is the biggest problem with this whole New York case against Donald Trump is that there was no cameras. Like even everything that I have to rely on, like today there was closing arguments. I have to rely on what the media says about it in the sense that how the media is saying, what the lawyer said, what the demeanor was of the judge at certain times, because there's no cameras.